Okay, in today's video we're looking at graph of tan theta. Now let's see how we're going to get the graph of, or draw the graph or plot, in this case the graph of tan theta. Now as we said, let's get the values of our theta, then of our tan theta, in this case, then I'll plot on the graph below. Now for tan theta, I had to use the reading from 0 to 45, 45 to 19, that is adding 45 degrees, continually, because of a reason I'll be pulling out very soon. Now in this case, tan 0 is 0, tan 45 is 1, tan 90 is relatively impossible on your calculator, so that's relatively infinity. Tan 135 is minus 1, tan 180 is 0, tan 225 is 1, tan 270. Now tan 270 will give you 1000 times 10 raised to power 96, which relatively does not have a value on my graph. It means it continues. So this is also similar to infinity. Tan 315 is minus 1, and tan 360 is what? Tan 360 is 0. Now this is the reason why I have to add what? 45, or use 45. I can also use 30, in that case then. But I'll be having decimal values, for 30. I'll be having decimal values. Okay, so that's why I use 45. Now, let's now plot. Looking at it also, I have my s as 0, my list as minus 1, and my s as what? 0, in this case for y. So, this is what? This is 1. This is what? This is minus 1. Now let's plot. For the first value, I have what? 0, 0. In this case, so I have 0, 0, circle. Next one, I have what? 45, 1. Okay, I haven't put my, this is 45, this is 90, this is 135, this is 180, this is what? 225, this is 270, this is 315, and this is what? 360 degrees. Now let's plot. I have 45 what? 45, 1, 45, 1, 45, 1. So I have something like this. Now for the next one, tan 90. Now tan 90 is infinity, so I literally just keep it. Let me just keep it then. Since it's infinity, it does not have a value. So that's 90 and infinity, relatively, something like that. Then for next one, I have what? 135 minus 1. 135 minus 1 is here. Circle. The next one, I have what? 180. 180. I have what? 225, 1. 225, 1. So around this point. I have what? 270 infinity. The same thing. Let me skip. Then finally, I now have what? 315 minus 1. 315 minus 1 around this point. And I now have what? 360, 0. Now looking at the graph, this is how we're going to draw the graph. So something like this. So it continues to infinity, relatively, because 90 is infinity. Then it starts from here again. Start from here, get here, and continues like this, also till infinity. It starts from infinity, ends in infinity. This one starts from 0, ends in infinity, continues from infinity, ends in infinity. This also continues from infinity, ends here, and start from minus 1, relatively, which continue from infinity, and hence ends here. So this is the graph of tan theta.